My name is Adolfo Steve Vasquez. I started the Queenscapes project in January 2014. It's turned into a real life project. You know, I'm showing in galleries all over Queens, and I'm working freelance as a photographer for local Queens newspapers right now. Currently, I have a gallery called From Little Brazil with Love, and what that project consists of is me shooting the area of Little Brazil, which is a sub-neighborhood of Dutch Kills in Astoria, which is a neighborhood that has yet been touched by gentrification. It runs along 36th Avenue from 28th Street loosely up until 35th Street, which is borders on one end Ravenswood to the east, and to the west it borders the Astoria Kaufman district. So it's a very small area, but it's a very strong area that's been around for years, and it hasn't changed much. And I wanted to capture that before it changed. And again, it's a very cultural neighborhood, which gentrification kind of destroys that, but it hasn't happened just yet. And I think it was key, especially at this point, to capture that neighborhood. How we ended up at Pau de Q was through Zach Rains, who is the social media manager for this location. He approached me because of what I was doing on Instagram, as well as the work I've done, you know, freelance, how I can bring my work here. The idea was just to bring work here, but not on what was going to be put out. So we kind of struggled with that for a bit until, you know, naturally knowing this is a Brazilian restaurant, knowing that there is a neighborhood called Little Brazil here, and it would apply, you know, to the restaurant and to the area. And again, with what's going on with gentrification in Astoria, I think it's something that fit, you know, and it's something that needed to be shown, and that's how that came about. The gallery will be up until maybe running until next year. So if you want to come out, it'll be here. So it'll be here for a while. Number one motivation is the fact that I think it's the history that I have here. It's the only place I really know. Like, I've been to other places, but I've only lived here. But it's a borough that is huge, and it offers so much. It really offers a lot. And you know, as I go, I've learned so much, and that's the biggest thing out of doing this whole project, is that before I did this, I thought I knew it all. Now I know I just like tip of the iceberg type of thing. But the wealth of knowledge that I have because I'm doing this, and the fulfillment it gives me back is tremendous, regardless if I go anywhere.
Next step, as far as like, you know, excluding these.
Yeah. Well, that's a great question, because I kind of been going along with the flow almost with the situation. Immediately, I got another gallery coming up, which is, again, this is not what I do, but I got another gallery green-lighted by the Greater Astoria Historical Society, which they green-lighted a project, and that should happen at the end of December or in January, which I should show. But that gallery is more in tune of what I do on Instagram. So it's going to be iPhone pictures, and what I'm doing with that is I want to show more of the effects of social media, contrasting it with the current culture and Queens and the history of Queens.
I think this will like intrigue a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and then again, that's what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to be where people could see. You know, my profession is I'm a dispatcher of a limousine company. It's not what I do. This is not what I do primarily, and this is becoming something that I can do. And again, it's just me pursuing a passion. You know, beyond the fact that I love photography, beyond that, I love my subject matter. You know, what I cover is Queens, and I have a real passion for it. and it's kind of worked. You know, I've been lucky with, you know, the exposure and everything, but to show kids that you can follow your passion. It's never too late, and you don't have to be versed. You don't have to be taught in a certain medium to pursue it. You know, and you pursue things that you have interest in, and regardless of what the mode is of education or the route is that you have to take because everybody tells you that's the route. It's really about what you want to do, man. And if you feel passionate about enough about it, just put your stuff out there, and you never know where you can go from there. I want to thank Karina G, who's the owner of New York Pau DQ in Astoria, for having me here and letting me show my work. 31-90 30th Street in Astoria. Also, I wanted to touch a bit on my next project, which is coming up. It's titled This November in AQ, which is primarily going to be my iPhone photography, which I post on my Instagram account. So what I'm doing with that project, This November in AQ, I'm shooting each day. I'm shooting a different place in Astoria, and I'm trying to show the current history of the place. I want to show culture, and I also want to show the social media impact on a neighborhood, you know, like Astoria. So I'm trying to touch on all these things through my Instagram iPhone photography. You can see more of my work on Queenscapes .nyc. I have most of my stuff again on Instagram, which is Queenscapes, and you can send me an email at queenscapes@gmail.com.